Okay.
See. We all set?
Yes.
Lights, camera, action. Okay, Pat.
Here we are on the second day of our trip. We arrived, October the 22nd at 9:30 in the morning, London time, which would have been about
1:30
1:30
California
California time, which means we took the plane in California at 3:30, so we were really up all night. And in the morning we met our guide, and he suggested that nobody go and have naps or you'd never get over jet lag and never get going. So we stayed up all day and went on trips with him. His trips were walking, taking the underground, taking the bus just to find our way around London.
Pat, it took us 9 hours to get here. 9.5 hours.
Yeah.
So we did arrive here at 9:30, but we were a little bit late, so it was between 9.5 and 10 hours.
And I was dragging. I was tired. I couldn't even walk straight.
Well, I was falling asleep standing up.
Then they had a meeting at night and we both fell asleep at the meeting, so that was sort of not too cool.
What do you think?
I don't know. Just tired, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyway, our guide's name's Joel. He's lots of fun. He's 29 years old. And all of the people on this tour, there's 16 of us, and we're all over the age of 65. Some of them, I'm sure, are well over the age of 70. But all nice people. Some really intelligent people that seem to know a lot about everything. And have all taken a lot of trips, been places. So what did we actually do? We just took the underground. We stopped at Piccadilly. He took us into all of his little favorite
Little alleyways and streets.
with buildings in there that are worth over $1 million or £1 million. They're real expensive, but it's all quaint, shiny black doors with shined up brass. It's just real pretty. And then today we went on our first tour. We did a tour of London, and we stopped at, is it Westminster Abbey? That's where Princess Di was buried. And we went in there, and it was, I think the British are still pretty upset over that, don't you?
Right. We saw the room where the ceremony took place, and
where Elton John had his piano.
Right, and I recall seeing the choir, and they have these little
lamps
in front of them. We saw that. We saw the place where the royal family were sitting. It was just across from us practically from where we were.
So we went everywhere. We saw all sorts of places that we don't know how to get back to. We ended up stopping in Piccadilly and having our lunch in the, what is it?
The crypt.
The crypt, which is down the bottom of the church. Isn't that where they kept dead bodies and stuff in the
I think so.
And the floors, I mean, in all these churches, there's big pieces of the floors where there's like headstones because the people are actually buried in the floors. We stopped at one church. What was that? Church of the...
We've got pictures
well,
of
anyway, but it's where during the plague, when thousands of people died of the plague, they just dug huge pits and just put them all in. So in the one little lawn in front of that church, they figured there's about 15,000 people there that are under your feet. Not to mention the ones that are in the floor of the church, plus it's like you're walking over dead bodies here. But anyway, we had lunch. We had bread pudding and mushroom soup, and and then we headed off, and we were going to go and have tea, which is crazy, eh? Just stuff yourself and then be thinking of going to have tea. Don, what is that? I don't even know that other fellow's name. His wife's name's Eileen. What's his name? Anyway, it's a couple in our group.
I think his last name is Klein, isn't it?
Yeah.
Klein.
And Don and he went down into the
Subway.
underground. They don't call them subways here.
Tubes.
Yeah, down into the underground to get tickets, and they never came up. They were gone for the longest time, and then Eileen went down while I stayed up. How long do you think you were down there?
About half an hour.
It seemed longer than that. And in the meantime, up above, all of these guys were laying out their stuff. They had like put a blanket down, and they had all these like jesters hats and I was thinking, gee, good for the 4th of July, like Cat in the Hat hats.
Oh
that
yeah.
went way
And
up here
were
like
they
this.
crooked or?
Yeah, well they're neat, and they were like all made out of velvet and tassels and stuff. And I was figuring, I'm gonna see
Were
what
they for sale? Or?
Yes, he was putting them up for sale, but then all of a sudden across the street, and I think you saw these two police, but they didn't look like police. They must have been detectives,
Uh-huh.
because one guy had a crest, and they came up, and boy, they got those guys out of there fast. They told, first of all, I guess it was the policeman, he was real stern and mean, but then the fellow that was going to sell all this stuff made him laugh,
Yeah.
He said something that made him laugh, so in the end it was like, he was just saying, well, you can't do it here, move on, so they had to leave, so I never got a chance to even see what they were charging for those nifty hats. And then we went to, what's the name of that place? Something and something. It's one of the oldest department stores here in London, and we had tea. And whoa, are we full?
Yeah.
We've got scones and
We had sort of
ice
a
cream in
Yeah,
a
we had-
chocolate plate.
right. The ice
You ate
cream
the
was in
plate?
a chocolate plate. We had
Which reminds me, it's in my camera bag. We have to get out before it melts.
right, and we had strawberries on a sort of like a biscuit or a tart.
It's a scone.
That
Oh
little
no, that
thing.
other thing. No, that
Yeah,
was like
it's
a
a tart.
raspberry thing. It was neat.
But it was
good.
strawberries.
Oh, was it? Mine
Yeah.
was raspberries.
Okay, and there was a square ice cream,
Mhm.
very soft. It was like a marshmallow, but I think it was like
It's good.
ice cream.
Except now we're full of sugar and
Yeah.
cream and all that sort of stuff. And now
Plus we had the tea.
we're gonna go down. Yeah, right. Now we're gonna go down. We're gonna call Joni and tell her that we're gonna come visit her tomorrow if it's okay with her.
Not tomorrow. Today is
tomorrow.
Wednesday.
Today is Thursday,
Oh,
Dawn.
is it?
Yikes. And
Okay.
then Saturday, so we're gonna go see her hopefully, and then Saturday we're gonna head for Portobello Square. So that is it.
Oh, what did we buy, Pat?
Oh,
I
Don
bought
went
some
in.
buttons,
Yeah, he got some
ribbon
military
buttons.
buttons.
Right here.
Let's see, where did you buy them?
I bought them at Holland and
Holland.
Sherry.
And Sherry, okay. And these are buttons, he's been looking for buttons to
For
put
the
on his
blazer?
blazer. And these are the Crest of London. I think that's
It's
neat.
a coat of arms of the city of London.
Look. You like?
And they're brass, gold plated.
I know. I need some. I have blazers.
Well, we can get some for tomorrow. I'm going to see if they have a coat of arms for the city of London. Then I can,
That's nice, really nice.
right, and then I could put the crest, the London crest on.
They're so hard to get. Why don't I have a set for me?
Where'd we buy them? It's three.
It was on. Well, it was on.
Finest blazer buttons. Can you imagine
Whatever
that?
it
I've
is.
been looking for blazer buttons for years.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it. That's it, folks. What is that?
It's Queensgate Lodge. Private entrance. Look, the building. See on the left?
What building on the left?
What's that? See the buildings in the background? One of those.
Woo.
time there, Pat? See the clock up there?
Where?
It's a few minutes to 1 o'clock.
I know.
See right up there.
This is Holland Park. We're cutting through Holland Park to go to Portobello Square Road. Isn't he beautiful?
Yeah.
Look. Oh. This is an older lady collie. She's very sedate, right?
Yes.
Peace. Oh my. That's not nice. This is Holland Park. Getting all the dogs.
Toyota
Where?
Garden. Well, I don't think I have any more pictures, Pat.
You don't have any?
I've got 0 here, so I guess. Let me try. We're gonna put that down. Let me try taking a picture of you, okay?
Okay. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. This is Holland Park in London, and it's just a little bit from our hotel. What do they say? Straight away?
Yeah.
We could go straight away to our hotel. What you doing with the big lens? Aren't you afraid that people will chase you and beat you with stones and rocks?
That's right.
Sticks?
I get a little.
Especially if you're taking pictures of castles, you know?
Yeah.
You're paparazzi. So we've been in 2 parks, Kensington Park and Holland Park. And then there's Green Park
Hyde Park.
and Hyde Park.